KCØKEP asterisk. On most queries, you hit submit. It'll show you three entries. The one at my house, the one in my truck, and the one in my minivan. Okay? You'll see next column over it says messages. You click on that, it opens up the messages I've sent and received to myself. It says, you click on that again, it says, do you want to reply? You click on it, it opens up a dialog box, I type what I want, I hit the submit button, it goes back to my box. Obviously then, anybody could do that, because there's no passwords, user IDs, or anything.
Expect a message from me, so.
Don't let the spammers know.
Doesn't the tiny track just send? It doesn't receive.
Well, tiny track, if you send it to the tiny track, you're yelling in a vacuum.
Right.
Because I will never hear it with the tiny track.
That's what I thought.
Tiny track transmits only. Okay? So, when you get one of these hooked up, or one of these hooked up, don't look for messages that come to you. That's not what they're designed to do. They're encoding only. They're tracking. If you want to be bidirectional, you need a box with a full TNC and the software plugged in.
How did you get the message?
Only Dave's.
Because I have a box with TNC plugged in.
With a box.
I came up with I respond to it because I wasn't at home. I came home and I got this little dialogue message waiting, and I clicked on and responded to it. But you could also do it through the Find You facility. Find You focus site. So, anybody else got questions? That got quiet. You all did? Hello?
So you can answer or send a message through the web page then.
Yeah, you can.
I used to do it, but I haven't been able to figure out how to get back in there to do it again.
If you actually go to a website that does the messaging, and you look at the query string that's sent back to the server, it's easy to reproduce. I can't remember the exact syntax, but it goes along the lines. If you want to find me, for example, you could type www.findyou.com/CGI/find equals, and then my call letters. Okay.
I've used the Find You, but I'm actually looking at, I've downloaded the APRS software, and there I thought you could send a message through that way, but
To the iGate, you mean?
I wasn't sure which way I was going through. I was just trying to send a message to someone else and it worked, but now it doesn't seem to be an open gate anymore to be able to do that.
Well, there's three ways we can talk about this. There's method one, which is you're using a Win APRS to send a message to another person. If I want to send a message to, I'll send one to Tim even though he'll never receive it. I click on Tim's little box here. I'm going to send it to myself again. God, I do that all the time. I talk to myself all the time.
You get the right answers?
I find Tim. Up here in the corner is this little mailbox thing, which you can't see because it's on the screen. There's this little mailbox thing. I click on it. It says, what would you like to send to Tim? KC0LQL. I say, hi, Tim. How are you? I define how I'm going to relay it because it knows the path I already went through. I'm going to take the default path, I can do a reverse path, or I can do an other path, which is just basically bomb the world. In this case, I'll take the default path that it came in on. I'm going to put it out on my standard support elements open. I can make it a bullet message where everybody sees it. I can make an announcement. I can send a message to the National Weather Service. I can make a speak message. In this case, it's just going to be a simple point-to-point message. I click on OK. You hear the transmit go. It's now sitting in the ether trying to get into Tim's box that's laying by his feet. But if you now go out to findyou.com and you refer to your page, KC0KP, in this case KC0LQL asterisk, and you hit enter, you're going to see two asterisks next to the message column. You click on it and you'll see that message in there. That's the other thing. They're not private messages. You send them, anybody in the world can see them, including on the internet. So that answer your question there?
Yeah, more or less. Something I have to play with again just to see if it will work.
And I like Tim here. He actually broadcasts. Now he's doing every third. You can set the how often you want this line to transmit every message, every third message, all never. And I like Tim. Plug in the Anoka County Radio Club. AnokaRadio.org. So good.
It wouldn't fit if I put www.anokaradio.org.
I'll figure it out.
So when you get rid of time track, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, I thought about that.
Any other questions? By the way, you hear this buzzing over here? What's happening right now is other than I'm bombarding us 50 watts of that antenna, the,
That's why we got the first hour. That's why it's so hot in here.
what's happening is it discovered, the message is bouncing through all the gates right now, and Tim isn't responding, so it sent me a response back saying Tim has responded to 5 hops. So
Does it guarantee delivery, or does it just really try hard?
it tries really hard. It's a little like a UDP, internet packet. You fire it off, and then the guy on the other side, it'll time out eventually. It'll just, well, UDP doesn't time out. It just says shoot, forget. Here you go. It makes a lame attempt to see if you've responded. Okay, if you found a box to put it into. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it isn't. Don't depend on it. Because I've sent messages out. I've talked to a guy on my APRS, to a guy in Europe. Every once in a while I get a message, and I look at the call, I go, that's a European call. What's he sending me a message? And I responded to him, and he responded back. You can actually set a dialogue with somebody on the APRS that's not even in this country.
Send them a QSL card?
Never crossed my mind. I'm going to wrap it all out on this exercise just by discussing the project that we have gone through. It's up on the table. This is the finish, yet again, we'll show it again, this is the finished unit of the unit that we've built for the club. This is inside the unit. This is the real board. The board is the one that's being stacked up here. And I will also have a print pack here for anybody who wants to take a look at what's on the lid. With that, I'm going to wrap her up. What we can do is anybody who wants their badges tonight that have put their dues and stuff in the board there, we can get them taken care of. I'm going to stay here until the last one is done. If it's midnight, we'll be here till midnight. You don't have to be here till midnight. Any questions on the APRS or anything else? Thank you for coming. See you in the next operation.
You got another list of people that have